Praggnanandhaa in big trouble in this knight endgame. And it's happening exactly as we're expecting it to.
Yeah.
White king just shifting away to the left.
Not a lot of development, only 3 moves being played since they've reached the time control. Bluebaum here has sacrificed his a-pawn, or rather just left it to be taken for the black king. But now, wow. So of course you can move the knight, right? Knight f6 as well, question mark, which drops a huge portion of white's advantage. But apparently the win that computer likes is king to e6, and then king to f7, and then king takes pawn, and then h5.
And then...
So that if black starts running back, you go h6, knight takes, king takes, and you are just in time, it seems.
Yeah.
Takes, yeah.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant find there from Matthias. And there is a handshake.
Stunned, resigns, and then, yeah, and then...
Fantastic.
I'm here with Matthias Bluebaum, who just beat Praggnanandhaa, top seed of the event. Tell us about what went down.
I'm not sure like what exactly I've done, but yeah, like just starting in round 3, I got like a very nice win, and yeah, like since then it's just like going well. But I don't think I do anything special. I mean, I just try to take my chances when they come, and yeah, today I was certainly lucky.
So you're on some kind of momentum, you think?
I mean, with 3 wins in a row, I guess it's safe to say. Yeah.
Mishra, interestingly, seemed to be somewhat surprised.
Yes, he is somewhat surprised, but as we saw yesterday, he's a man that is a young man that's able to crunch the numbers. Well, I almost feel like you can go g6 and still put the question to
Right, then e6 is defended, right?
Everything is defended, and still there's problems for white to deal with.
Yeah, fair. It's like, okay, you've created a threat, which I stopped, right? And how about we decide what's going on here with c5, d4 pawns, right?
Yes.
Because if white was, and maybe the point is like he trades everything, he goes knight e4, that's why like knight g5 and knight e4.
You get your bishop to d4.
D4 is not bad, right?
Yeah, and then, you know, the rook comes again.
The king's
to
safe,
c8,
and again we have all of those. Still feels more comfortable for black.
Totally. This is why I just want the easy game. But Bluebaum, he's going to be thinking about the most critical move, so he'll be calculating f5, and if that doesn't work, then he can just quickly calculate g6.
Erigaisi decided to grab this pawn on a7, and it turns to be a blunder after bishop a8, not the move that like you would think wins the game, but after bishop a8, there is nowhere to go with this queen. If you go to a4, knight b6, attacking the queen and the bishop on d2. So white went knight e6 out of desperation, then queen a4 and queen c2, threatening g6. Black goes king f7, bishop h6, bishop takes, king takes, queen a8, check, king g1. Black is a piece up. Black is a piece up for 2 pawns. One of them, if you wanted to, can be taken on a2. So that's just a technical and not so complex, should not be that complex technical task to convert. Queen a2, piece up for 1 pawn.
Right.
So everything's protected. This is it. Queen f4. Queen f4, and it is official. Matthias Bluebaum beats Arjun Erigaisi, and that means
he moves into the lead.
He moves into the joint lead. Bishop c4 and c5 played, and this is as solid as it gets. As solid as it gets. At least, like if Bluebaum wanted to be aggressive, he could have gone e4 on move 3. The position is not as promising though, right? Not as exciting, I want to say. f5, queen to c3, allowing f4. And now this knight from e3 has to be dropped to f1. So after knight f5, wow, it looks like black gets a very, very pleasant initiative. Knight headed towards d4 or d6.
I would say black has a very comfortable position, but Noribek is solid. as long as you know how to fight against a knight arriving on d4. Vincent Keymer fell for a big trap, and I can understand why, Mira, because it looked like everything was safe, everything was under control, but it was not.
Yeah, wow. And I'm still kind of in disbelief that this could happen. So instead of going knight f6, which we know would have won him the game, knight c3. And it's still a good move. It's just that after rook d2, he had to change his mind and go back. Rook check, still fine. After king e6, go knight e4, and maybe you have to start a bit over. You don't win the h-pawn immediately, but white's position is still winning. But he went rook h7 after the h-pawn, completely missing, I believe, the only hope that black had. Knight takes g3.
But I mean, this is so unexpected. Like, I can imagine
Absolutely.
that this is something that you...
Yeah, you watch out for all those e4, e3s. Maybe you calculate like knight here, but knight g3.
But Miro,
and the picture says it all.
Totally.
The picture
Vincent
says
had
it all.
such a golden opportunity.
It's a check, and the king goes back to f6.
He's offered a draw.
And
it is a draw.
He offered a draw, and that means first 5 boards end in a draw.
Absolutely.
In the open, so nothing changes at the very top.
I mean, I just blundered like a complete idiot, and I should have lost. Like it's completely ridiculous that I got a draw. Like he should have won. Like I blundered like a complete moron. Like it's impossible to blunder this position, but I managed, and I probably was just lost technically. And then he blundered a pawn. I mean, I'm just extremely lucky, and I'm feeling sorry for him. But yeah, I mean, that's life.
Luck is a big part in these tournaments, don't you think?
Of course, yeah.
And this was quite an important result, especially going into the final round for tomorrow. How do you feel for that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a bit in a shock that I actually got a draw. I was like already for like 1.5 hours, I was sure I was going to lose, and like I was already hating my life because I'm not playing for anything anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm just like counting my luck and yeah, seeing what happens tomorrow.
And yes, it's not much, but black can kind of try, create threats and so on. The d-pawn is still alive.
Yeah.
After queen d3, you might, I don't know, swing the rook here.
What percentage would you say is headed into a draw, would you say?
Looking at the current position, it's 100%.
100%.
100%. I'm sorry, but it is
You're
100%.
that
Just look at
confident.
this. Just look at this.
2 versus 2.
Rook and game 2 versus 2, you can't do much, right? Well, you could try this, king f1, this, king, yeah, I
Nothing
just
to
don't
be
know.
done.
You go here, you go here.
You're throwing it.
After that, you can give a check. King g2, king g3, 2 versus 1 basic endgame. I don't think there is any chance, to be honest. Like Bluebaum defended much harder endgames, let's be fair.